Hello, everybody, and welcome to my broadcast from Taipei. I'm actually using another device to see if I have any chats. Good luck with that. It seems to me that whenever I have these live streams, I'm able to see it. But unfortunately, with this new Hangout software that I'm using, it's not so easy. Now, we all know that there were people called the Atlanteans, and we know there was a place called Atlantis. This website is from Chris Tolworthy. He did a great job of explaining the Atlantean culture and how they were connected to the Herodotus maps. And furthermore, with Plato's writings, the so-called island of Atlantis was demonstrated to be part of southern Africa and anything south of basically Mauritania due to the Tamran-Seret River basin separating northern Atlas Mountains from a so-called separate island. Watch his video, it's in my playlist. I'm also very interested in ley lines and how the ley lines go around the world, and they seem to be very close to this Richat structure. Now, the Richat structure, to me, could have been this. I believe it. It may have looked something like this. This is an artist's rendering. Great job, by the way. But if we look at the real thing, we know that we found nothing like this left over. This is a great rendering. So do we see any of these residually existing, any megalithic structures at all? And the answer is not really. I mean, wouldn't we see something if that's true? So I'm also sometimes hesitant to want to bet my life. The oldest structures we found are basically maybe 500 years old, except for the couple of megalithic things that I mentioned in my last video about the people who are going there now and not coming up with any feedback on that. I'm also an artist, so a lot of my work is focused on acrylic. This is a CME. I sold that painting. It's just a part of it, not the whole thing. The whole thing is giant. And I did try to sell food in Taiwan. This is what my partner did when he packed it off and sent it to a customer of mine. So he's no longer my partner, and many of you wouldn't believe where he is right now. Okay, I can find this video. So he's no longer my partner, and wow, there it is. Okay, great. Looks like I've got someone who chatted already. Michelle Chen, thank you for you should look into any ancient culture in Taiwan. Could be interesting. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you so much for your previous input. You've made some great videos. Well, you helped me make some great videos. Okay, so now I can see the chats in a separate device that I've set up. This is my winnings. Last time I went home, I played some poker. I won that from $40. That's $100 per rack. So that's $300. I like to play poker. That's like $200 right there. Almost. There's a couple missing, right? Please subscribe to my channel and please click the bell and share. This is another group I do, Resources for English Teachers. There's like 60,000 members. I wanted to get some screenshots of some other groups of mine, like my art, but I did want to actually have the maps handy. So here's what I would call the Senegal River right there. Definitely the Senegal River. Why are you gay? Oh, yeah. Thank you for asking me. No, I'm not. I wish that I had gone gay back in the 70s, but no, I'm just joking. I've seen enough gay porn to know I'm not gay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice day. Okay, so obviously you can see what's going on here. Cape Verde, so that's Cape Verde there, and then this is the other little hook, and there is a river that goes straight to Hoden, which is Oadane, right? Here's some pictures of slavery in the plantation era of the United States. Slavery still exists today. Thank you for telling me that I am gay. Why are you gay? Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, live stream can do anything. Top chat, 2 people. I don't really know how many people are watching or anything like that. But I am just trying to raise money. So please share these videos, especially the main playlist with your friends. Ancient maps pointing to Atlantis, ancient canals leading to Atlantis, all that stuff, cataclysms. And I do have a connection with the Sphinx a little bit, if you're interested in that. And of course, Dr. Shock was the one who said a CME may wipe us out. And what wiped out those previous megalithic structures that you can see in my video, where you see the damage from some type of cataclysmic event, probably from the sun, really. It didn't look like it was a tail of a comet. Here's me, downtown Taipei, not looking very handsome. There's me, 1990s in the desert. I didn't do the artwork. Somebody named Debbie gave that to me. Actually, it says, to David, love Debbie. I actually have no idea who that is, but for some reason I hung it up. And that up there was done by another friend. But that's, me when I had hair and when I was contemplating our existence and what it's all about. Here's me at Angkor Wat. So the megalithic structure is everywhere around us, and I'm getting blessed by a female Buddhist nun, basically wanting cash. And there's me looking like Bill Clinton or Elvis Presley, feeling like I'm all shook up. A painting I did of George Carlin recently. It's actually really happy with that. I did sell it. It was a commission. And my brother, when he was a baby, he's like 47 now, 44. This is how I feel. I have nightmares of running through that. A painting I did, not the background, but just basically the desert, because that's where I'm from. Again, 20 years in Taiwan, but where am I really from? Sometimes I feel like this face right here, the so-called megalithic face in Guatemala that has been destroyed. A friend of mine, just saw him the other night, downtown Taipei. Old friends and destinations which I no longer go to. And here's where I'm from, the desert. This is not my house, it's a neighbor. And here's a painting from where I'm from. It's something that's done on the street. Actually kind of a cool eagle, eh? Also, the 10 freeway leading towards Arizona. And honestly, if you really are curious, on the way to Vegas. Last time I was home, went over to my friend's place, stayed on his couch. I love that couch. Great couch. Honestly, one of my favorites. But Los Angeles has its setbacks, and going home wasn't so easy for me. It reminded me of the first time I flew away from my desert home. I like to build stuff. I did build this playhouse last summer. I didn't paint it. Nice job, eh? I'm into building stuff, so I design and build things. Easy, simple stuff. You need some simple furniture. You should ask me if you're in Taiwan or Taipei, you need something built. Let me know. I'll give you a materials list and how much it will cost. And that's a simple table that was for a restaurant. But I can't help but want to focus on these other scientific concepts of future, right? I mean, come on, happy life, happiness. What does it mean? Being happy. Well, it means understanding everything, and levitation, something I've heard a lot about. Did this painting in 1990. I still have this painting if anybody wants it. It's quite old now, right? It's almost 30 years old. 1990. I got some younger paintings too. This is just some artist rendering of a cataclysmic event. And I kind of picture that being the coast of Africa, but it could be anywhere, really. This is where I'm from. I lived in that building right there. You're not going to believe it if I told you, but that's where I lived for many years. Many years. I'm from the desert, and I got out of the desert and I moved all the way to Taipei City. It's kind of sunny and bright out there. You can waste away. And I did waste away. If I could go back and get those hours back, I would. But then you come across pictures like this. How many years have these been wasting away? Just amazing sculptures, a megalithic style sculptures. And this is the key. This is the question in my heart when I see stuff like this. This is where I pretend like I'm cool, but I really need to go back to school. Look at those decorative necklaces going underneath the ground. Are those robes? You know that those bodies continue under there, right? Volcanic rock, and the Guatemalan rock was supposed to be volcanic as well. Here's a moth I took a picture of, a video. You can catch the video. These are actual videos, but they're not working. And I thought they were really cool, but they're not working. So they're just shapes now. If we could get the GIFs working, that would be great. Again, here's the Eye of the Sahara. And when you take a look at the USA inside, I think this is a little bit exaggerated, honestly. The lane lines go right through there. This one's a little off, but I have been told that the ley line does go right through there, Egypt as well. So it's something I'd like to do some videos on. If anybody has any key, I'm more of a megalithic structures type of guy. These are down by South America, right? There was a map that was created that showed these stones. This map was before we even knew the Antarctic existed. That was actually on the Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock interview recently. And why I grabbed those. And this picture here comes from New Earth, but Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock were talking about these, and I'll show you. And I'm kind of curious about the girl in the bikini because I think those waters are too cold. And of course, we know where this came from. This was the flooding software that flooded the concentric circles on Bright Insights channel. Something that did trigger me. And we've seen a lot of underwater stuff. This guy, the guy that came up with this, I think this is fake. I really think that's fake. It just, what is this? What is that? This is from their boat. Why is it just a picture of the boat? Why don't they have the actual? Why can't they go back and find it again? Because I think this was faked to me. Again, the ley lines. Take a look at that one going right through Mauritania. You know, we've been looking at all this other stuff. This is special. Pretty sweet. I'd like to know what all these mean. I think that they know now. Here's a map. It's only 500 years old. It's not one of the oldest maps. It really isn't dated as a Herodotus map, and it's in Latin. But what do you have with this connected land, Spain connected to Africa? And you see here the Atlas Mountains, and you've got a lake that's basically kind of this would be down here. This would be Senegal River. And you see a connection here. So this mountains, that river goes that way. And there's probably a couple other, this is not really correct as far as mountains go, but we do know that this is probably the Adrar Mountains. And we know that the Eye of Africa is down here. So is this the lake that flooded it? Check out my video on the cataclysm that took out the Eye of the Sahara and why we have these striations going across the land. I did that video already. Now I'm kind of focused on Morocco, and you can see these rivers. This river here is where I have that tumulus in the video I just did a little bit a while ago. I have to keep turning my device on. My device keeps turning off by itself, and I can't see if there's any chats, but I am happy to answer any questions. It says the land bridge would have existed if you go back 12,900 years ago. Thank you, R. Hammond. Okay, and that's my question. Why did they put that on a map that was actually not so old? I think they did it for decorative purposes, to be honest. But it is a really good point. Sorry, I should have muted my microphone. Okay, so here we have Morocco, and I think it's very interesting, especially the tumuli that I showed you here in my last video. I do want to go around in circles. There it is again. So yeah, you're telling me, Mr. Hammond, that this would have existed 2,900 years ago. And honestly, the maps that I have, they don't show that kind of rise in the sea level in this area, not in that time period. However, mainstream history isn't really something I have a lot of faith in. But I do love this picture. I do love this map, and I love the fact that it shows the Nile going across the Sahara. So it is quite a map. This is another map that is basically showing us ancient lakes in the Sahara Desert 10,000 years ago. And this Maghreb Sea could be that one that went straight across to the Nile. You don't see that river here. And honestly, that river that goes across was kind of a little bit lower. This map doesn't show it, but there's a point where this river comes here, and then this river comes here, and there's a mountain, maybe this one or maybe up here. This is, by the way, I wanted to make a point about Herodotus, and I do need to do more research because I am interested in the truth. And from my understanding, these maps were created from Herodotus writing. There was no drawn map. This map was created from written text. But what we do see is, and later we might see this over here. So the Atarantes tribe seemed to be put over here in one of the other maps. So there's a lot of things, but Atlantis is the tribe that existed here and below Mount Atlas. So they call it the Atlantis. Maybe that tribe had nothing to do with Atlantis. But what we do know is that that tribe went across the northern part of Africa and may have reached Greece. Listen to the Chris Tolworthy video, and he talks about it very clearly, how there's a real history with these. He mentions Libya could have been a separate continent from Atlantis because there's no rivers coming out of here, so we're not seeing everything. This is a little bit weak right here. And I do need to go and listen to the real Herodotus. Thank you, Bernard. Honestly, I have to thank the Yeti microphone. And it certainly wasn't so nice the other day when I was trying to stream from my phone. So another thing, and I'll tell you another secret, it's 1:32 in the morning. And if I talk any louder, I'm going to have some of my roommates banging on the wall. But I wanted to get this out tonight because this is my second Google Hangouts on air type of stream. And I'm excited because it's a nice clear shot of my desktop. Okay, I don't know what that is. Hammond, you should do a piece on Taudillo Hills ancient canals in Botswana area. Interesting. Yeah, I'm always interested in ancient canals. I'm going to check that out for sure. This right here is showing the Cape Verde on the mainland, pointing at the Cape Verde Islands. And above it is the ancient river to Senegal. Now you can't really get in that way as far as I can tell. There might be something going through, but most of it's coming from here. Up here we have Capo Blanco, and this would be Cape Myrick, this area, maybe this. Here we see the rivers don't go very far in at all. So this map doesn't really show much, but you do see these rivers going in. And this river, we know that exists, but here and here, and there's other maps that show this. If you've seen my ancient maps leading to Atlantis, if you've seen it, you'll know everything I know. I found a few new maps since then. I kind of wanted to do something on this, but it seems like it's not very hot. I'm definitely interested in the electric universe and the fact that they may have used pyramids to power stuff like this. This is supposed to be the light bulb, the Dahira light bulb. I can talk about that in the future, but it's kind of going off the subject, which is the old river basins coming out right there. This is a rehash of old material that I've got. Yeah, I believe that any maps that I show you that are 500 years old show green. A couple of them show the river go way inside, and those are definitely green areas. This right here is the Tamanrasset River Basin coming out right above Cape Miric. That's Capo Blanco, this is Cape Miric, and this is Cape Verde. So here is where the line separates the two river basins. Senegal River, I really think, went up and created. And by the way, I do think there's megalithic ancient canals that I've already demonstrated that go from here to here. So I believe that the Atlanteans, sorry, I shouldn't even say it that way. The people of Atlantis, the concentric circles were accessible from the north and the south. And I think I've demonstrated that well enough. Here's a megalithic structure. That boulder is like 5 meters wide, maybe even a little more. And there's another big one here. And this is what I call the old temple, but it's more of a like a henge, like Stonehenge. But the newer one is much better and more beautiful. You can see now these buildings are not even stone. Those are made of like grass huts. And one of the recent guys that went out there, he walked right past those and he kind of showed those a little closer. So we finally have seen those. He didn't really show this building at all. That's the center of the Richat Structure. Okay, we're almost done here. This is one of my old thumbnails I used for a short period of time. And the reason why I show this, it shows that newer temple. This henge is larger than Stonehenge, and it's got 4 big boulders in the corners that are like 4 or 5 meters wide. Over here, we can see these antiquity markings on the map that show that these are already in the record according to Spain and Europe. France, I mean, this area was owned by France, right? For a while, it was colonized by France. Of course, the culture didn't disappear. But those antiquities have been documented enough to fall into their mainstream map system. I want to know why those guys visiting haven't gone there yet. It's sitting right there. It's not like it's hard to get to. I don't know. Maybe it's high up on the mountain. Maybe he would have to climb. Okay. Yeah. So there's the new temple, the old temple. Those megalithic henges are definitely something that I want to see up close and I want to know more about. If there's a written history on those, I'd like to see the written history. Okay, again here, this was down by the tip of South America. I'm not really sure why she's in a bikini because I thought this water was supposed to be really cold. But apparently these showed up on a map that was created long before the Antarctic was discovered. Check out the map. The Graham Hancock and Joe Rogan interview talked about this. I didn't really showcase it in my summary, but I did a little bit. Some more pictures of stuff like that. I got these from New Earth. Do we know about this in Cuba? So when you talk about Atlantis, the civilization that got destroyed 12,000 however many years ago doesn't mean that it was the only ancient civilization that still could exist today. But when this is under the water, but the ones that are not underwater probably got the same treatment. The ones that are underwater got a different cataclysmic event entirely. Hey, Trev D, thank you for your thumbs up. You said 300 feet less, but I think that this might be I thought that was 700 meters lower. So there's still a lot of stuff I still don't know myself. I got that from New Earth. Pyramids under the waters of Cuba were discovered by Paul Weinzig and Pauline Zelitsky. This is megaliths.org, New Earth. But I think that this isn't the only place you can have seen stuff like that. That's me moving. I was so sweaty. I moved with a box that I put wheels. I'm very uninterested in spending money, and I could take the MRT for one price. So that's me after I got so tired of moving. Yes, I know Monster has the, is it the Hebrew numbers for 666? This is actually a very interesting graph showing a basic philosophy that you might want to even follow yourself. Oh, hey, Trev D, you're on the ground at Richat. Who are you talking about? You or somebody else? Oh, the new guy. Yeah, the new guy. He doesn't even have 10 subscribers on his channel. He's not doing it for that. Let me talk about this really quickly, and then I'll read any other chats. Oh, somebody else? Okay, I'm watching your chats. Yeah, Indie Arcade. Okay, that's him. You're number 14. 14? I don't understand. Hey, I haven't finished my order. Yeah, I don't want that porn. No, just kidding. So this is a philosophy called ikigai. Ikigai. It's a Japanese word that represents, the perfect fit. If you find what you love to do, what you're good at doing, what you can get paid to do, and what the world needs, and it falls into your passion, your mission, your profession, and your vocation, then you have reached ikigai. We all need a good ikigai in our life. Oh, I see. You're the 14th subscriber. Oh, by the way, I do want to mention that Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock talked about DMT quite a bit. And I'm not going to bring that up now, but it's quite an interesting thing. I didn't even mention it in my summary, but he was apparently quite into it. No, unfortunately, this is coming to an end very quickly. Yeah, he said he already left, but he's going to be coming back. He also mentioned, and I did chat with him myself, and I told him, if you look at my video, I kind of may have looked like I was mocking him in the thumbnail, but he didn't really know about all this stuff we've been talking about. But he should have done a little more research. I really wish that he had just gone to the 3 places I mentioned. Number 1, the megalithic canals that Michelle Chen introduced to me, that I showcased in one of my videos. And then, of course, those 2 henges I've already shown. And then lastly, just the castle itself. We want to see an up-close photo of the friggin' castle, which is probably a French fort or a fort. Well, I have to give Michelle the credit. I mean, I already finished looking at the eye, the Sahara. I had been staring at that thing for like 3 days straight total. And I never even went over there and thought about, I never realized so much. I'm kind of dealing with a slow connection, and so I can't really use Google Earth. Go away south, east of the structure in the islands. Right, I understand what you're saying, and I believe honestly that that picture I showed from Bright Insight, where he did the flooding software, I really don't feel that was ever really. I think that the Richat structure had flowing water filling those up from the ancient Tamanrasset Lake. It was called the Lake Gebrev. I'm going to find the picture again. Let me go back to it. This is pretty much done. See, I already did a loop. This is a video I was watching called the Nordic Bronze Age. I'm trying to get more information on history in general and understand it better. Oh, did you? You know what, Trev D? I gotta make sure I know your channel, because honestly, I don't recall. Okay, I do love his explanation for the history of the Africa. I'm just gonna go back through these. I'm gonna find the picture of the ancient Lake Maghreb. Yeah, that's me. And I've come a long way. I'm 50 years old now. I think she might be angry if she saw that. But it's ancient history. Where is it? Coming soon. Coming soon. Okay, I should go faster. Let me just find it. There we go. That's the software. And when you said the islands just now, I think you were talking about here. And I do understand what you mean, but in my opinion, I don't really feel that this was ever underwater like this. I don't agree with this. I think it was a system of waterways that reached that area. I believe that this lake, Lake Maghreb, the ancient Lake Maghreb, which I think is shown here. And if you take a look at the video I did on that shows this lake going that way, I put an arrow pointing that way. I mean, we're talking about, if you look at the geological levels, the, how do you call it, topographical map that I have shown, you see that this could really have been a lake. It's very clear. And these riverways are very clear. The ancient riverways are still there. They're just not full of water anymore. But at the same time, we don't really know where this border would have been, in my opinion. But take a look at that video I did. Okay, let me go through these chats really quick. Let me see what we got here. Trev D, I gotta make sure that I know your channel. After I get off this video, I'm gonna go to your channel and check it out. I definitely want to see all videos, especially if we can cross-promote. Personally, I'm trying to get about $25 paid into my YouTube. So I'm trying to get more viewers. Thank you so much for coming in and chatting today. I'm almost done with this video. I got no channel. Well, wait a minute. You said did a video on it. Who did the video? Okay, let me read that very clearly. I see. Did a video on them. Okay, I didn't really catch that. Well, I'll stay here and talk to you. I'm not in a hurry to get off, but how fast can you type? I'm interested in answering any question you may have, or trying to at least. It's not like I'm a big one. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you talk about it in the comments below and I'll do another video. I'm not going to do another one in the next few hours. It's almost 2 a.m. So I'm going to be logging off soon enough. It seems to me that according to the Herodotus map, the Nile, which still kind of went straight down from Egypt, cut through Africa. It kind of shows it going back to Atlantis, but I believe that it's more of a horizontal line. That other map is just really shows kind of more of a realistic thing. It shows these mountains going across the Sahara, so that's a little bit different. Those mountains aren't so clean, so it's a little exaggerated. Yeah, well, give me the coordinates. I don't know how I'm going to put them onto my computer unless I can type them. It's hard to type the degree symbol. That's a hassle. So if you have coordinates that are non-degrees and sure their work, I'm actually pretty sure that I should still log off. So what I encourage you to do is to just put it below. Yeah, they're a big hassle. Oh, there you go, 18 by 9. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll look at it in a bit. One of the reasons why is it's actually summertime now. It's so hot. And I have the fans turned off so I can make this recording. So I'm starting to really beat up. But I'm not in a hurry. I'll take a look. Hey, Joey, thank you so much for your comments in the other videos and your support. Again, thank you all. I hope that people can share. Not even this video. This video is kind of random and I'm just babbling on about different stuff at this point. But I do have opinions and I want to get them out. And maybe one of the videos that are 30 minutes long, I'll make a couple of good points. Like this stuff. I think this is fake. I mean, I don't know. This is the guy that went right in the middle. Okay, it's time to open a new map. Let's get in here and open a map up and close that down. I definitely have more slides where that came from. So where's my, oh, that's not going to work. I guess I need to come here and make a new tab. I'm going to turn this into a Chrome machine. Okay, so look at the Richat structure and go directly southeast. Okay, we're going to work together. You keep typing. I'm going to do exactly what you say. Then it says, and you'll see a line. Oh, well, I think that you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go over it all right now. The lines that I've seen. Have you seen my video on this? Like the one that I just did the other day and the previous ancient canals. I know it's kind of long, but one of those canals is exactly where you're describing. It's like 20 kilometers long. It's a straight line. It's covered with some sand. but at the same time, it's see how slow my connection is. Now, I'm not going to look that up, but I'll show you what and you can confirm yes or no, because I'm going to be there in a heartbeat. I just gotta. This is where I'm at now, and that's Liaoning. Say goodbye to Taipei. I'm just sorry. This is really slow. This is why I need to start making money. 14% battery. That's not me. That's you. The other day I had like 5% battery. Wow, this is really slow today. That's why I'm going to turn this into a Chrome machine. Because if I'd have a Chrome machine, I think if I try to do this on my phone, it locks up or it gets overheated. If I do it on my computer, I'm doing it through my phone anyways. I'm on 4G. That's why it's so slow. It looks like a road on a ridge, but when you get close into it and focus, you're going to realize that's a canal. If I could just get in there and show you. So slow. See, this is why I should have had this already opened up. You got to check out my canals video. Yeah, and it goes straight down towards the Senegal River. It doesn't really reach it. It kind of hits this little ancient river base, this bed of river, and then you can kind of follow that down and get to some more canals. I think there were multiple canals. Lots of people living in different canals. Okay, come on. How do I just stop this thing? I'm sorry, guys. This isn't working. You got a new thing? All right. Well, here I am. Finally, it finally opened up. It took forever, didn't it? Now I'm going to zoom in there. And I got to get over to the real map. Okay, that was too close. So what you're talking about, if I'm not mistaken, we need to wait for this little thumbnail to show up so I can click it. And I need to click that too there, but it takes forever. But you're talking about a place like right down here. It's like a line that goes right there. If I'm not mistaken. Hey, do me a favor. This is taking forever, and I'm going to end this video soon because I can't really deal with this slow internet connection. I just want to get that picture for you. But while we're waiting, you can chat here or you can chat later on in the permanent chats. Oh, here we go. You can tell me what you want to see next. What do you want me to talk about the most? I like what you offered me, Mr. Hammond, about that Botswana. I'm going to go check that out because I'm very interested in ancient canals. I mean, what we have to realize about Morocco is that it's like 300,000-year old now. We know that people were there over 200,000 years ago. Okay, so you're talking about right here to here, right there. And let me go in there now and you'll see. Cheat. Okay, I'll look it up. There, isn't that it? What's that? That's not it? So what I'm looking at here is not what you're talking about. Let me just look at it, and then when you say no, that's not it, then I'll move on. Okay, where is it? Where is that sucker? Okay, I'm zooming back out a little bit because I don't see it. Southeast. Oh, southeast. Okay, all right. All right. I'll just show you. Oh, see, I was too far out anyways. It's like right kind of going through here somewhere. You're saying southeast, so I'm going to put it right here. Titchit. Okay, I'm gonna type Titchit in. It's just a hassle for me because of this TIC Titchit. There. Is that gonna pop up? Let's give it a try. Okay, there's Titchit. Titchit. I've never even heard of this. I don't even know where I am right now. Okay, now I'm zooming way out. I'm gonna zoom back out again. See how slow this is? Hmm. Oh, Well, that was pretty close. Well, okay. I think that I had this mentioned to me. I was taking a good call, but it's apparently along a mountain ridge. I think that we had some rivers. You can find some little tiny rivers coming through here. And whether it went this way or it went through here, I think it probably went straight down and so they could get to the ocean. I think that was their goal. think they were coming through this. I guess this is still a river, huh? I thought that this was no longer a river. I forgot. It's been such a long time. So this is a river. I'm not really sure if it's really flowing. I kind of was under the impression it wasn't really, but it's got to be flowing to some extent. Okay, you're going to show me that ancient canal. I'm going to zoom right in there. We're going to find that ancient canal in where was it? Timrit, Chichit. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. And zoom straight in, huh? Oh, you've typed a lot. I see. Yeah, I think that there are. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. Let's just zoom in and find something. It's pretty much covered in sand, right? But alrighty. I can't believe I still have 3 viewers at this point. Oh, look at that one. It kind of looks like one. Is this what you're talking about along this edge here? The road kind of follows the mountain edge as well. Okay, this is 1 inch equals a kilometer, so I'm gonna get right in there now. Maybe right there. Look at that. Honestly, I think that this is going up a mountain. So I don't know if they're gonna have these. They did seem to have one up there. Did you see these? Let me just go over to the eye just so you know what I was talking about before. Just in case you didn't see those. If it doesn't do that. More east of Tichit. Okay, I'll check that out. So right up here is where we found a whole bunch of ancient canals. And you can see that they basically went around these mountains. This is a mountain. These are mountains. And so the canals were kind of just going around and bringing traffic from one side here to the other. Okay, you said east, so I'm going to go back in east of it. Whew, I'm getting sweaty. Okay. Well, I don't see any straight lines, but what I can't believe is how the road's down here. Does that mean that this is the mountain and this is lower? Where's the flood basin? I gotta kind of get situated. Maybe neither of them are flood basin, which would make it more prone to having ancient canals. Zoom way in. Okay. Near the road? Let's zoom way in. Let's look at that line. That looks like a line right there. Uh-oh. It's another phallic symbol. Oh, I hate it when I hit those. Dark spot. That one? The dark spots, I believe, are the tips of mountains sticking out. Oh, look at that one. Look at that 90-degree angle right there. Yeah, that could be definitely right there. Look at that. Is that what you're talking about? I will. I'm going to look at it in my free time. But that looks like it could totally, look, there's a river, and then it looks like that was carved right out. My problem is I don't have 3-dimensional software on here, so I can't click this and see 3 dimensions. So I don't know which way is up and down. It's like I assume that I'm looking at a mountain on here, and then this is the flood basin. Hey, I'll check it out more later. Like I said, I've talked too much already. I'm happy that I got to do this video, but I am going to log off. Thank you so much, Trev D. I have 6 viewers now. I can't tell if anybody's giving me a thumbs up. I'm just scrolling through the chat right now to see if there's any other discussion. So I tried to upload OBS to this computer. OBS, and let me click it now, but it's probably not going to open. It gives me the hourglass, and then it just stops. It just gives up. If any computer experts out there know why OBS just took a dump and gave up on me. Yes, I'm screen sharing with Google Hangouts on air, which I thought Google Hangouts was finished, but I guess I'm wrong. But if anybody knows how to get OBS working, I'm going to delete it soon. Or maybe if there's an alternative to OBS, that's a Streamlabs OBS. I was hoping to be able to do all the chatting on my computer desktop. And this is not, I'm doing it on a separate device. Definitely would love to control my streams a little bit tighter. And also, I don't know, maybe somebody could give me a $1 super chat just to prove that it's possible. Although I don't really condone super chats because they take like 30% of the money. But I just want to see what YouTube does if I got a super chat. Maybe not today, but if you think of it, the next time I do a live stream, or if you want to coordinate with me. Honestly, live stream super chats are not as good. You should just go with Streamlabs and get more of your money. What is this? Phallic symbols everywhere. Why do I always see phallic symbols? Okay, so now you know all about me. I showed you a bunch of pictures of me and my brother and my home out in the desert in the middle of nowhere. And now I want to go to another desert and check that out. This is like, look at those. Okay, someone's coming. I got to be quiet. That looks like, these are weird. That looks like it could be a canal too. I'm going to check all this out more later. Yeah, and by the way, you want to talk about man-made circles. Michelle Shen put a big circle in this one up here. Now it's going to take forever. That corner of the eye that I showed you just a moment ago, there's like 2 circles up there, circular canals. She showed another one that I haven't even put on my channel yet. But the first one is like right in my face. I noticed it a long time ago, but I never thought it could be a canal. Look at these. This is what I want those guys to go check out. It takes forever to zoom in. Thank you, 4G. Sure, I have nothing but time. I might turn on my fan for a second. Here, let me do that. It's just a little too... Okay, I don't know if you can hear the fan or not. I'm going to check because you can see this thing goes right across there. And you can see this is actually a circle. It's actually almost a perfect circle. But it doesn't have to be a full circle. You can see another one going across here, right there. But check this one out. And you tell me what that is. As I was saying before, it's the one that I've shown. It looks like the California Aqueduct. You don't hear the fan, huh? Cool. I put it on low. And I close my windows. But look at that thing. And I know it doesn't look like much, but you can follow it all the way down. And to me, it's like the equivalent width. There you go. Look at that. It's the equivalent width the whole time. To me, that looks like some type of waterway. Why we need to go check that one out. And that's not the only one. Well, I just wanted to show that before logging off. There's a few other things in this neighborhood that there's a lot of contemporary people living there. There's another straight line through there. There's a couple of other ones that could have been like that one right there going all the way down. All the way down. This is definitely a canal here. I think that this is part of the circle, and I think that that was a canal there. But it just seems weird that it's so far up this mountain. This is the mountain. This is the flood basin. If I'm wrong, I'd like to see more clearly. Okay, guys, I'm going to log off. Thank you so much. That to me is a megalithic ruin right there. We need to see that. And also these used to be lush forests and mountains. I believe those canals came right down here, kind of along the edge of the mountain, and came down here. And this was the canal that left. And if you're not familiar with the temples, they're right here. I definitely know where those are. And I did find some structures that I didn't see anywhere else. So nobody ever has talked about this. And I'll show you the ones I found. Okay, I'll check the video. I see your comment. So that's an unknown structure. That's the one temple. Obviously, they know it's there. That wasn't there a long time ago, that unknown structure tag. Unknown structure. It's a historical landmark. And there's another one down here, the one that I showed you before. It kind of looks like it's messed up. It's old. Something went wrong. Cataclysmic event pushed it around of some sort. Just be patient. It'll pop up. Maybe not. Maybe I have to zoom out. There it is. It's right down here. Castle. I don't know about that being a castle. Where's that? Oh, there it is. It's right there. Well, I'm not going to zoom back in, but you can see them both right there. There's the cleaner, newer looking one, and then the older, messed up one. But look up here. So this is going up a mountain, and the mountain top is up here. This is the top of the mountain up here. It's just bizarre how this is. There's a bunch of stones placed there. I know it doesn't look like much, but if you examine it, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can also see another one here. It's another crescent of stones that are megalithic. And there's one more up here, right about, kind of hard to find. I think that's it right there. I might be wrong. And then, of course, there's another thing that nobody talks about next to the castle. But I found those antiquity signs there. So if you go to the castle, you mentioned the castle. I'm not sure if you're talking about the same one. I'm talking about the fort. It's like right next to that. It's another historical structure that nobody talks about. It's a circle. Okay, well, I went out too far, but here we go, and I'll show you. It's this mark right here. The castle's down here, but if you zoom in to the French version of their little interactive map, you can see there's an antiquity right there. Yeah, there's a few. And there's a few that are being used modern day. I'd love to have one of those myself. Okay, so you see the castle right there. But what you don't see is this circle here. This is something else. This is a historical antiquity that nobody knows about right there. But according to the Spanish government, there's a little antiquity symbol that I showed you earlier. So what was this? Well, you say buried, but I mean, how you don't see a lot of sand in the Richat structure. I think that honestly, the Richat structure is pretty clean. I mean, I know you're finding sand, but if you look at it, what happened next to it, what I think happened, first of all, I think that this ancient culture was not as advanced as other pre-megalithic, prehistorical megalithic cultures. The types of buildings, they're not really impressive, but it's not full of sand. Here's sand. That's filled with sand right there. That's sand. It came through here and it filled up here with sand. We definitely need to know what's under there. But also, yeah, we should be digging right here. But at the same time, that is vast, man. This is like 20 kilometers wide. How far are you going to dig? If you could clear all that sand out of there, I think that would be a great idea. But honestly, it's just so much. We're talking about square miles and square miles of sand. It's definitely a beautiful thing. Definitely used to be mud. That's right. That's what Plato said, right? And that's what I mean. The mud came through here and filled us up. Now it's sand because there's no more water, but when it was full of water, of course it was mud. Anyways, that's about it, guys. I gotta go. Gotta get to bed. 2 a.m. Thank you for viewing. Thanks for your extra your comments, Trev D. I will follow what you said, and I'll check out that video. Thank you for advising it to me. I'm going to check it out right now, right after I log off. So I'm going to click stop. That's screen sharing. I actually want to just stop broadcasting. Have a good one. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are.